Well, hello, y'all. What up, though? This is day 2 of my You versus You challenge, and I am going to need some help. Just the thought of doing 30 days, it just makes my booty cheeks clench up. So I think around day 7, day 8, day 9, I'm going to need your prayers. So, I'll definitely be needing your strength. Hey, Tynetta, how you doing, Dooney? Okay, so for everyone that watched my video from yesterday, which was day 1, I want to thank you so much for your overwhelming support. It felt really good to receive all that love through social media. Putting yourself out there is never easy, especially when your heart is really in it. I think that in today's time, we just have people that are, trying to go viral, trying to be seen, and are doing a pretty lackluster job of just being out there, whatever. But I am very serious about this new endeavor that I'm doing, and I knew that if I was going to put God's name on it, that I have to come correct. So thank you so much for your support. I'm going to keep this video today very short because I do have somewhere to be shortly. However, I wanted to at least talk about the difference between therapy and life coaching. It's a question that I've gotten a few times from people, and so I'm going to do my best to give the most basic breakdown about what a therapist does and then what a life coach does. And granted, you got YouTube University, you got Google out there, you can look it up yourself, but you here with me. Okay, so a therapist, first baseline, is a licensed medical professional, okay? They are trained to work with people who are dealing with mental health issues. Now, that can be anywhere from a very mild, moderate case over to another end of the spectrum of somebody in crisis mode. But these are the individuals that are helping people who are dealing with anxiety disorders, depression, PTSD, and a host of other things, right? These are individuals that are going to help you really unpack your life from your childhood even up until current times. They are going to help you identify past traumas, how that's affected you, how that trauma and life events, certain life events have kind of affected the way that you think. They're going to help you be able to make an assessment on how those traumas and certain behavioral patterns that may be native to you as well as your own family's pathology, how it's affected your decision making in your life and even right now. A therapist is the person that will be able to diagnose you, if necessary, with anxiety, depression, PTSD, schizophrenia, those type of things. They also will be able to write you a prescription if necessary so that you can get the help that you need to kind of balance out anything chemically that's going on in your mind and your body and really get you to a place of balance, right? Okay, so that's in a very basic sense what a therapist is, right? A life coach, on the other hand, is also a trained professional, but they're not necessarily licensed. They're certified with their training, which is what I am. I am certified, okay? But a life coach is going to also help you identify and analyze any current behaviors or current life situations that you have and help you get to an expected end or a goal, right? So if you come to a life coach, be prepared to do some type of work. It's going to be action based. Like, say for instance, I've completed a couple of half marathons, right? So when you register for a half marathon, you don't show up on day 1 ready to run 13.1 miles. Being able to complete a marathon is the end goal. But in between the starting line and the finish line, there's a process that happens in between. And so there's going to be work, training that you need to do to get to that end goal. So a good life coach is going to help you analyze whatever's going on and they're going to help push you to that expected end, right? So you're not just going to be talking. We are results focused, okay? So I will say that both of them are beneficial and necessary in my opinion. I have I benefited from receiving therapy. I am a fan of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is otherwise known as CBT. You can Google that and kind of look it up. I learned a lot about my past and was able to make some assessments about things that happened to me, and learned how my mind responded to certain actions, which carried on with me through different stages of my life. I learned how the mind works and how your mind sometimes will protect you in certain instances where you've experienced trauma. I also learned a lot of coping skills in therapy. So I think therapy is very, very necessary. On the other hand, I also am a big proponent for life coaching. I currently have a life coach, and I look at it as, for me, like a car, your vehicle. Your vehicle needs routine maintenance, right? So, hey Taisha, hey Chloe, hey Terry, what up Jillian, Joe? Okay, let me get serious. Gotta stay focused. If you take your car to get routine maintenance, right, so that it can run efficiently. So your car needs an oil change every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Your car needs a tune-up. Well, honey, I need tune-ups, okay? As great as I think that I am, sometimes I need help. Sometimes I be in my head without adult supervision, and I need someone, a trained professional, to help me make correct assessments about what's going on in my life and how can I get to a resolve. How can I learn? Therapy and life coaching, both of them have healing aspects to them. And as a believer who's been in church my entire life and who is currently an intercessor, I believe in prayer. But you need more than prayer, okay? There's nothing worse than going to church and having this like out of body experience. You jumping, snotting, slobbing all around, sweating on folks, foaming at the mouth at the altar, sweating, whatever. And then you get up and nothing's changed. Now, again, this is not a diss to the church, but I believe in prayer. Prayer works. Prayer is your baseline. Spiritual warfare is real. So prayer is necessary. But you also, when you get up off your knees, okay, you need to have someone help you navigate the process towards healing. Yes, God is a miraculous God. He can make things happen in an instant, right? But a lot of the times getting to your healing is a process. And what do you know? God in his infinite wisdom has anointed people to help you navigate that process. I feel like, for me personally, because I've been through a lot, which I'm sure you have, I think everybody on the planet needs some type of therapy or life coaching, if not just for a season. If you're Black and you live in America, you need therapy, okay? If your parents divorced or you saw some mess in the house growing up, you need therapy. Heck, if you've gone through a breakup, you need therapy. If you've lost a job or gone through some form of sexual assault, and these are things that I've experienced, including homelessness. I've experienced financial struggles. I mean, life be lifing. And I think with social media, people be false flagging on here, acting like they got it all together. Now, granted, therapy and counseling and life coaching are kind of trendy now, so it sounds good to do it, but I want to tell you, all therapists and all life coaches are not created equal. I would say finding the right therapist is kind of like dating. So you might find a therapist and be really excited about it, and when you have your first session, you like, this one I don't feel like I'm connecting. I don't feel like they understand me. And so you might have to go out and get another date or another therapist until you find that right match. But when you do, lock in and show up authentically. Let's not use therapy as a time to make everybody in your life the villain. We need to be accountable for our behaviors and our actions too. Now, granted, when it comes to your childhood, that's something different. But as an adult, this is not about making everybody, you know, they did this, because sometimes you are the villain in someone else's story. But show up, tell the truth. Your progress in therapy is only going to be as it's only going to be as good as you're willing to be honest about every area of your life. Take your time. I know it's really difficult for some of our men to even acknowledge they have issues, much less even go to a therapist. And sometimes, you know, guys will go to the therapist to appease their significant other, and they'll be like, well, I went to the lady and they went to 3 sessions, now they're healed. No, you're not. You ain't healed. You have not gone through a lifetime of trauma, of being black in America, or, you know, just going through any type of painful experience. And now you done sat with a professional for 3 sessions and now you're miraculously healed. You ain't. Go back on the couch. Okay. And with a life coach, I think those, again, are necessary to get you to an expected end. Obviously, I am a life coach, and it is my hope that in the days and weeks and months to come, that something that I have said would have helped you. And if you don't need my services, hopefully in the future, something that I've said will prompt you to recommend me to someone else. And so I will leave you with this. Whether you're going to therapy and or getting a life coach, I would say show up. Show up and participate in your own rescue. If you were stranded out at sea and you had been wading in that water, treading water for hours, and a rescue team in a lifeboat came to come and help you get out of the water, you would have to lift your hand up so that they could raise you up and get you into that boat. That's called participating. So participate in your own rescue. Don't be afraid to get help. You don't have to be public with it. You don't have to tell folks. This could be something just between you and God. And, you know, if you feel led or impressed upon, you know, yourself to share with your friends and family, then that's your choice. But do it for you. That's part of the you versus you, is being accountable for this one life that we got. God gave us this life, and it's up to us to live it abundantly and to the best of our ability. And if you're going to get help, get it from the best. All right, y'all. I got to go. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. Bye.